Hi, this is James Melendez, James the Wine Guy, here to talk about this wine. This is called White Wedding. And before I do, I'm just going to point out the coolness of this label. Now, this is it's called White Wedding, and I love the font. It's that invitation, wedding invitation font, and it's really well done. So this is number 2, Proprietary Wine. This is from Napa Valley, and back panel, or is that the front panel, or is that the back panel? First of all, it's innovative. I think it's a really great way, and this is a signature of Bravium wines. This is owner, proprietor Derek Rawls, who created this wine, and I think it's just really phenomenal. And I'm not carried away that often and talk at length about a wine label design, but that is just really cool. Look how elegant that is. That's just such a great thing to come up with, and it's one of these things that I think to myself, why didn't I think of that? But what I really like about this wine is this blend that you don't have very often. Sauvignon Blanc and Viognier. Though it has just a kiss at 14% Viognier, I think it really comes together and creates a more expressive wine than if it were on its own. It could be argued either way, but I think I often trust the winemaker's capacity and ability to run trials. Wines like this just don't end up being a guesswork of saying, oh, let's do X% of this and Y% of that, and let's see what we come up with, and we'll just bottle that. Instead, it ends up being a trial, and it ends up being something that goes through a bit of work, and I think that's really the compliment to the winemakers and the visionaries to do that. And as I talk about this being a really great wine time, amazing wine time, just quality that we've never had before, we're also having innovation and artistic expression weigh in a lot as well. Now, you wouldn't have this naturally. You'd have 100% Sauvignon Blanc if this was just produced, without that innovation of putting in other varietals, and also, just putting together varietals that you wouldn't necessarily think of putting together. But I think that's what we're going to see much more often, and this is part of the urban winemaking experience. So Derek's winery is based in what I call the center of gravity of urban winemaking in San Francisco, and that's Treasure Island. And you don't need to be out in Napa Valley or Sonoma or Paso Robles or wherever. You can do this in an urban setting because that's what it's been done before. And in fact, in San Francisco, actually before and even after Prohibition, you still had a great community of winemaking here. So it's a really nice thing to see. So let me take a taste of this wine and tell you what it's like. Expressive flavors on this wine. You can tell that there's a lot of acid on this wine, so it's really going to pair well with food or alone. Now, what I like about this wine is getting green melon, a little bit of lime, green citrus, lime, getting notes of honeyed pear, sesame. Yes, sesame. I think sesame is a great descriptor for white wine as well as red wine. And getting a little bit of almond and white pepper, and finishing off with some jasmine rice and white tea. I think it's a really nice combination. So this wine is a 9.0 out of a 10.0 scale. And I'm going to review more of Bravium wines. Look forward to doing so and talking at length about Derek. And also I'm going to interview him. He's going to be my first person I've ever interviewed. 850 videos in, finally, and I'm excited to do so. So for more wine reviews, please go to jamesthewineguy.com. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, Pinterest. Salud.